Good evening, it's Tucker Carlson. One of the first things you realize when you step outside the noise for a few days is how many genuinely nice people there are in this country. Kind and decent people, people who really care about what's true, and a bunch of hilarious people also, a lot of those. It's got to be the majority of the population, even now. So that's heartening. The other thing you notice when you take a little time off is how unbelievably stupid most of the debates you see on television are. They're completely irrelevant. They mean nothing. In 5 years, we won't even remember that we had them. Trust me, as someone who's participated. And yet at the same time, and this is the amazing thing, the undeniably big topics, the ones that will define our future, get virtually no discussion at all. War, civil liberties, emerging science, demographic change, corporate power, natural resources. When was the last time you heard a legitimate debate about any of those issues? It's been a long time. Debates like that are not permitted in American media. Both political parties and their donors have reached consensus on what benefits them, and they actively collude to shut down any conversation about it. Suddenly, the United States looks very much like a one-party state. That's a depressing realization, but it's not permanent. Our current orthodoxies won't last. They're brain dead. Nobody actually believes them. Hardly anyone's life is improved by them. This moment is too inherently ridiculous to continue, and so it won't. The people in charge know this. That's why they're hysterical and aggressive. They're afraid. They've given up persuasion. They're resorting to force. But it won't work. When honest people say what's true, calmly and without embarrassment, they become powerful. At the same time, the liars who've been trying to silence them shrink, and they become weaker. That's the iron law of the universe. True things prevail. Where can you still find Americans saying true things? There aren't many places left, but there are some, and that's enough. As long as you can hear the words, there is hope. See you soon.
Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor to present to you His Excellency, Yoon Suk-yeol, President of the Republic of Korea.
The Korean people rose from the ruins of war to build a thriving nation. And at every step, America has stood together with Korea. We have many reasons to celebrate our platinum anniversary. We had no guarantees of success when it started. But today, our alliance is stronger than ever, more prosperous together, and more connected like no other. Indeed, it has been the linchpin safeguarding our freedom, peace, and prosperity. We have, for so long, protected democracy and the rule of law with our blood and sweat. We must work together and fight the forces of falsehood and deception that seek to destroy democracy and the rule of law. But even as we walked in unison for freedom for 70 years, there is one regime determined to pursue a wrong path. That is North Korea. The difference is stark between Seoul, that chose freedom and democracy, and Pyongyang, that chose dictatorship and communism. North Korea has abandoned freedom and prosperity and dismissed peace. North Korea's nuclear program and missile provocations pose a serious threat to the peace on the Korean peninsula and beyond. To deter its reckless behavior, the alliance must stand united with determination. As President Reagan once said, there is a price we will not pay. There is a point beyond which they must not advance. We must make his words clear to North Korea. Yesterday, President Biden and I agreed to strengthen the U.S. extended deterrence. Along with close Korea-U.S. coordination, we need to speed up Korea, U.S., Japan trilateral security cooperation to counter increasing North Korean nuclear threat. Thank you. My government will respond firmly to provocations, but at the same time, we will keep the door open for dialogue on North Korea's denuclearization. Last year, I proposed the audacious initiative. It will significantly improve North Korea's economy and livelihood. All Pyongyang has to do is to stop its nuclear program and begin a substantive denuclearization process. I once again urge North Korea to cease its provocations and take the right path. North Korea's obsession with nuclear weapons and missiles is throwing its population into a severe economic crisis and human rights abuses. We must raise global awareness of dire human rights situation in North Korea. We must not shy away from our duty to promote freedom for North Koreans. The war against Ukraine is a violation of international law. It is an attempt to unilaterally change the status quo with force. Korea strongly condemns the unprovoked armed attack against Ukraine. Korea is committed to fostering a free, peaceful, and prosperous Indo-Pacific based on inclusiveness, trust, and reciprocity. We will strengthen the rule-based order in the Indo-Pacific. We will take comprehensive and multi-layered approach in expanding cooperation with key partners. God bless the United States of America, and may God bless our great alliance. Thank you.
Dr. Miriam Adams, my good friend. We've seen the targeting of Israel by international organizations and by movements such as Boycott, Divest, and Sanction, BDS. And of course, hanging over all this is the specter of a nuclear-armed Iran hell-bent on the complete destruction of the Jewish state. And yet, through all these challenges, Israel stands tall as a beacon of freedom in a troubled region, an engine of economic growth and opportunity, and a center of innovation and technology that is the envy of the world. Israel is also one of America's most valued and trusted allies. Maintaining a strong U.S.-Israel relationship has been a priority for me during my time in elective office, and I know it's been a priority for the overwhelming majority of the American people. We saw Israel eliminate Iraq's nuclear reactor. We've seen Intifada. Jerusalem is, in fact, going back thousands of years, the eternal capital of the Jewish people. U.S. policy should recognize the truth. Perhaps more challenges than any country has in the ensuing 75 years after. The U.S. has been proud to stand with Israel in the face of Israel being singled out for unprecedented and unfair international criticism and political attacks. UN resolutions since 2015. The UN has passed 125 condemnatory resolutions against Israel, but only 55 such resolutions for the entire rest of the world. How could you possibly justify that type of action?
Back up. Good job. Good job. Where? That's a good boy.
This is our preview of our 147th annual Westminster Dog Show Week. We're really excited to be kicking it off. We'll be at the Billie Jean USTA Center next week, May 6th through the 9th. And we're really looking forward to spending a wonderful time celebrating dogs and the companionship that they bring to our life. We've got lots of different events. Saturday is our canine celebration. We're going to be having our 10th annual agility competition, our obedience. We're going to have a meet the breeds. We've got a demo ring where you'll see dogs doing scenting and herding and all sorts of things like that.
Dock diving at Westminster is new this year, and we're really excited about it. So it's really a competition of distance, so how far a dog jumps off of a dock into a pool of water. And the dogs are enticed by a toy. So their owner throws a toy, the dogs go as far as they can. There are different height categories, of course.
This is Rowan. She's an 8-year-old Shetland sheepdog, and she will be competing at Westminster next weekend, 2 weekends from now, on May 6th, in agility.
Walking stomach with fur.
Years and years. It's a very long process preparing a dog for competitive agility, but it's a fun process. She tells me when she thinks I'm wrong on the agility course. She's very, very loyal, very devoted. She loves cookies. She loves playing on the beach. And she loves most of all applause.
His name is Jasper. He's a 2-year-old Bracco Italiano, the newest breed recognized for Westminster this year. It'll be the first year they are competing. I'll be showing him in the breed ring this year.
I love that. That's going in the book. That's going in the book.
It's a big deal because it's the first year they're eligible to compete, and these people have been waiting forever for these guys to be able to compete, and now they're finally able to compete and be recognized in the AKC.
Yeah, cats are a lot. Yeah, they're a lot better. A dog is pushing away from the counter and all.
As far as favorite breeds, I have to say I love all dogs, and I really am very grateful for the comfort, the joy, the love that they bring to our lives every day. But I would be in big trouble if I didn't say my favorite breeds were Bull Terriers and French Bulldogs, because I have Lola and Emmett at home, and they might be watching this.
And although we refer to them as a new breed, it's actually an ancient breed that has recently gained AKC recognition. Their most notable features are their sculpted head, long ears, and a fast. Elvira will also be said at the end of the program. You'll be able to talk to these owners and get individual shots with everybody.
These dogs love what they do. I think dogs in general love any time they get to have that human interaction with us, any attention they get from us, right, they love. And if we can find a way to engage with them that's fun and enjoyable, that's what's most important. And that's what you're going to see across all those days at the Westminster events, is dogs enjoying all kinds of different activities that they share with their owners and families.
Okay. Oh, I don't have it anymore. I don't have it anymore. Oh, I don't mind the attention.